Good afternoon, everyone. This is Erica with Aurora Heart Healing. And today I was called to look at some emotions with you, possibly work through some of those emotions with you. And then to end, we are going to be pulling a couple of Carolyn Myss's archetype cards to see what archetypes are playing into these emotions that we're feeling and energies that are possibly preventing us from finding or living what it is that we want, essentially. Okay. The first emotion that I came across with this was disheartened, feeling empty of hope, courage, or spirits, feeling discouraged or not feeling reassured. And this feeling can be really rough to feel when you feel disheartened. There could be a feeling of deflation, feeling like in your heart, in your soul, in your body. And then the next emotion that we are looking at is guilt. And there's a pretty lengthy description for guilt, but I only found that we needed to hear this portion and not the second portion. The feeling of having done wrong or committed an offense, culpability, legal or ethical, conduct that involves wrongdoing, crime or sin, failure to respect in respect to one's duty, deserving punishment, falling short of the standards he sets himself for. He sets for himself. Is there anything else that we need to know about this guilt? Can we move forward? No. So there is something more that we need to know about this guilt and how this plays into disheartedness. So when we feel empty of hope, when we don't feel courageous, when we are maybe down in our spirits, not feeling reassured, we can often feel like we are doing something wrong because we might not be conducting ourselves in the way that we would like to conduct ourselves, falling short of our own standards of how and who we want to be. And that can be something very difficult for people that might not know who they are and what they want to do with their lives. I am a firm believer that if you do not know what you're passionate about in life, then you might not be living life in the fullest capacity of the way that you want to live life. If you think, oh, I need to do this because other people tell me that this is good, then we're actually living a lie because it's not actually what we want for our lives. It's being based on the lives of another person. Searching for love, feeling like we deserve to be hurt, or the belief that love is supposed to hurt. Over the last, and there's a few questions that are interesting. This person is supposed to love me, and why don't they love me? Is another, are some of the thoughts that come with this energy of searching for love. And over the last several months, as many of you know, I went through a divorce. And through that, I was privy to watching how I reacted, observing how I reacted, and also observing other people that were affected by this. And one of the number one things that I've learned is first, not to pray for people's hearts. Pray for the heart that is within each person to flourish and grow, and not for what it is that I want out of it. It was just more praying for that growth within my heart and within the hearts of the people that were affected by that divorce, that separation. And love doesn't have to hurt. not in that way. Because when someone chooses you, then they have decided. If there's indecision going back and forth, searching, constant searching, then something else that I've realized is unless a person is happy within themselves, there's nothing you can do in the world to make this other people happy because it is within us to be happy, to be peaceful, to be blissful, to be in harmony. When we feel disheartened or hopeless, we can let that take over our being, or we can find reasons why it was a good thing for whatever situation it is that you're going through, whatever it is that you feel called to through that. Searching for love, we can either be seeking love because we have not found it within our lives, whether our parents didn't give it to us, whether we felt short, whatever the case may be, but searching for it leaves us with feeling a desire to get something out of something. When in reality, do we really need to? I truly believe that if I am looking for someone for love, then I've already failed the test because if I don't love myself for who I am, then who will? Who will love the person that I am if I don't love who I am? Someone could tell you a million times, I love you, I care for you. But unless we love and care for ourselves, then it's not really going to sink in. Okay. So the first archetype that comes out is the victim, and it came out as the shadow attributes. Playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity, in a inability to maintain personal boundaries. Okay. The light attribute from that is prevents you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others. So, like I said, through my separation, the things that helped me prevent myself from being in victim mode was telling myself every day why I was grateful for the experience and what I was learning from the situation. Literally every day I asked, and I still do that. What can I learn from this? What is good from this? When we can fall into victim, we can long for people, searching for love, searching for approval. We can long for people to validate why we're hurting. Maybe we're feeling disheartened and we don't have the courage within ourselves to say, I got this, I can do this, I'm going to move forward. Guilt, feeling that guilt within that also, of feeling like you've done wrong, even if you haven't. I'm feeling like I'm supposed to. The second part of guilt. So that is falling short of standards for oneself, victim. If we fall short of our standards, we might be saying, hey, like, feel sorry for me because I'm not living up to my potential. Please feel bad for me right now because I don't know what to do. But when we take our power back and say, this is what I want, this is what I need, this is who I am, and this is how I honor myself in a better way, then we take back that victim role and we don't sit in that. The next one is the Avenger. And this one again was the shadow attributes of the Avenger. And the shadow attribute is resorting to violence in the name of a cause. We should never feel like we need to resort to violence for anything. But if someone is hurting, someone is in victim mode, they're also in survival mode, they're in defense mode, then that means that no matter who is around them, no matter how loving they may be, no matter how much grace they may send, they'll still be in that Avenger mode. Defensiveness is resorting to violence in a sense because we are saying, I have my guard up. I don't care if I know you. I don't care if I don't know you. I am guarded. I am protecting myself and I am treating you as a perceived threat in my life. And that defensiveness can be very painful for not just the person that is being defensive, that is being the avenger, resorting to violence, resorting to, I am in a position and a stance to defend myself. It's also hurtful for the other people that might not have done something or thought that this was going to be something that would cause pain or maybe not even understanding why. If they didn't do anything, if that person didn't do anything, then they're questioning, why is this happening, when in reality the person's avenger archetype that resorting to violence without communication is coming up instead of coming at it as a place of neutrality and coming forth with, I am here, I care. It's hard to be able to really feel that vulnerability when you're being defensive. The next one are a couple of archetypes that came up as light attributes. Student. I like to think that I'm a forever student. Every single day, I find something to learn. Today, I learned about praying over someone's heart, praying for their heart to be softened, praying for their heart to grow. And also, when I was driving from my dropping off my daughter at school, I was really thinking about things and I was thinking about how much I want to celebrate myself for just being willing to learn. Because when we care about not just ourselves, but others, we are willing to learn, we are willing to change, we are willing to evolve because we care for someone. It's not about changing essentially who we are because we have to conform to someone else. No, it's about intentionally saying some aspects of me aren't always perfect, aren't always the best, and I want to care for not just myself but the world around me as well. So a student, they lean into humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. Learning about not just books, but about ourselves, diving deeply into who we are, will actually create such beautiful ripples, not within just ourselves, but throughout the whole universe. And the more that we use our humility and devotion to knowledge, the more that we can affect change in the world, not just in the world, but within ourselves as well. Midas slash Mr. Midas. I don't know how to pronounce that one, but this one is also light attributes. Entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything to gold. Delight in sharing life's riches. Hmm. What if your heart is gold? that you have the ability to create gold out of anything, out of your heart, out of the words that you speak. This morning, I was volunteering and I just felt it in my heart to just sing. And each person that walked by would just comment, like, thank you for the serenade. Thank you for the music. Thank you for the hums. Thank you. We enjoy it. And I remember a time when I would not have sang to save my life in front of anyone. But my creative abilities turns any environment into gold. And that is a delight to share those riches with others for me because the love that I have to give is within me and it is always there, always there. It's not activated by me searching for love from somewhere, not believing that I have to find it and be hurt by it to find more of it. No, I just have it within me. I don't feel guilty about having it. And when I have felt guilty about certain things that have happened in my life, I remember to go back to the fact that I can turn anything to gold. I made a mistake. If I make a mistake and I honor that within myself, and possibly for the person that I made the mistake towards or hurt on accident or God forbid on purpose, then I know that I was able to change. I was able to impact. And I was able to delight in sharing my life's riches with the people that are around me, with the people that are here, and whoever it is that is there. Is there anything else that this collective needs to know? The way that we feel can shape our world. But if we get carried away in what we feel, we can also destroy the world that we want to shape. So if we're constantly feeling disheartened and losing hope in not just ourselves, but the people around us, then we might be causing them pain as well. One of the last things that I want to share before I go is when we lean into each other, we will no longer search for love because in that we honor who we are and we have given ourselves the love that we deserve. So, what am I feeling today, right now? Processing those feelings, which can be a lot. I have been practicing energy work, counseling, counseling even longer than energy work, tools, breath work, meditation. And sometimes it is still overwhelming and overpowering to feel and to process all of your feelings. But we have the choice to be strong and we have the choice to be brave. And I hope that each and every one of you take a moment today to be brave and to put down your shields, to put down your armor, and to say, this is all of me. This is who I am. The good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful. This is who I am. And by doing that, you not only lay down your shield and your sword, but you also welcome in peace. You welcome in vulnerability. You welcome in love. Not just romantic love either. Relationships, friendships, family. You welcome in possibility. So today, lay down your shields of disheartedness and guilt, because in that, well, by doing that, you will find what you are looking for, which is love. And that love lives within you. The more that you push or pull away from victim mindset, the more others can love you too. With that, I hope that this helps. And I am very honored that each and every person that comes and lands on this page listens to the messages that I have to give. So thank you so much. Thank you for all your support, because without you, I would not be here. And I don't know what I would be doing without being here. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining in, and blessings.